Welcome back everybody to a very special video. It's another top 10 comic books of the month. I'm your host for this evening. We got Cody Collects and I'm here with my dude. We got KhiBucks. Kai, how you doing, buddy?
Good, how are y'all doing?
Oh, it did confetti. I don't know why it did confetti, but
That's
listen.
pretty cool.
Yeah. So like last month, guys, we did the top 10 comic books of February. You guys loved it. I mean, it was probably, listen, all the comments I was getting, everybody was a big fan of your thoughts, Kai. I think people were more commenting about you than anything else. So big fans out there for you, dude, on the channel. But yeah, man, back at it again, another top 10 list. Let me ask you this, Kai, before we get started. Were you having trouble making your list, or was it kind of easy? Because at one point I messaged you and I was like, I'm having a little trouble, and you were like, nah, dude, my top 10's already locked in, dude.
So I had some trouble because
Gotcha.
I mean this was a pretty big week, but I think once I found the issues that really had me like invested and all that, I was just like, okay, now I think I got it. I think I got it. It was the deciding factor though was gonna be for the last week of March.
Right.
Because I'm like, there's so many bangers, so I was trying to, because I kind of already had a list, but I also was like, I can't count these books out that come out this week. It's so much heat. Ultimate Spider-Man, Ultimate this, absolute.
Yep.
So from there on out, it was just me deciding what books I was gonna take from that last week and decide whether I was gonna put it on or not. So that was the thing for me. But it was pretty tough though. It still was pretty tough because this was a humongous month for comics. Obviously.
No, dude, 100%. I'm with you there, and I think you're right. That last week, like this, March 26th, you could make a top 10 with top 10 of the month with just that week
just
alone.
those.
Dude.
Yeah.
I got it. It was so crazy.
So tough.
So yeah, dude. So Kai had a great idea for this one, guys. I think we're gonna be doing it, if as we continue and do more episodes of this every single month, giving some shout outs to the month, right? So these are different than our top 10 comics of the month. This is different than our runner-ups that we'll do later on. This is just like, hey, you want to give a shout out to either a person or a series that maybe is not getting a lot of love. So I don't know if you're ready, dude. Do you have yours like right off the bat? Because I would love to hear what you're shouting out for the month, dude.
I do have mine. So my shout out is going to be, we're taking everyone down with us.
Nice.
Man, this issue 1 for me, they crushed it. I love it. The spy espionage thing that's going on. Then you have the thing with the robots and how they inherited the father's conscience. It's great stuff. I was already hyped for this issue because this got announced like later last year, and I remember it being announced, and I was like, this is immediately killing it immediately. So yeah, man, this issue 1 though was great setup. You get a great use to the characters and the world that they're in. You have this the daughter who has her father, and her father, it's crazy, man, because with the father you're like, okay, like maybe I kind of like this dude. He give his daughter a little pep talk. He gives her a name. He calls her Starfish, and I think like that's cute stuff. But then like when you get to who he really is and you get to the meat and potatoes of it, he's really a twisted dude.
Man, but having that guy in the basement, it's like,
yeah, bro, so crazy. But the art, I gotta give a shout out to the art, man. I think the art is stellar.
Yep.
Totally blanking on the guy's name, but man, I'm loving this art. I think this was a great oversized first issue. If you haven't seen my top 10 video for last week's New Comic Day, this was in my top 10. I won't say where it was ranked. You can watch it for yourself, but this was a banger first issue. I had to shout this out. There's other books I could shout out. I would love to shout out Bitterroot as well. Bitterroot was also another great book that came out this week. Back. But yeah, man, that was my shout out.
No, dude, I think that's a great shout out. We're taking everyone down with us. New series out of Image Comics. I'm a huge Matthew Rosenberg fan. Like you're saying, I'm not familiar with the artist on this one, like Landini. I think I just read it, Landini. But
yeah, Landini.
Man, great first issue, and I'm just really loving that world, man. So I think that's a great shout out. I guess I'll go for one. I only have one shout out, and it's actually a person, and then maybe I'll throw it back to you if you got any more. I got to give a shout out, dude, to Chris Condon. None of these necessarily made my top 10 of the month, but he's got great indie stuff with Far Down Below. It's kind of like a mix of like the Goonies a little bit, like this the two boys on the cover there. There's like a giant hole at like the bottom of their house, like a giant cave system that they like fall into. Pretty cool stuff there. And then you got the Green Arrow, dude. Chris Condon just killing it on Green Arrow.
On that run.
One of the highlights of DC for sure. I know you've been reading that one. And then Ultimate Wolverine, dude. I mean, it's just crazy. Book. So Chris Condon is he's got his fingers in the indies and the Marvel and the DC, and he's just killing it, dude. So my shout out this month has got to go to Chris Condon for just knocking it out of the park, man.
Yeah, it's a great shout out.
Necessarily didn't make my top 10, but definitely want to give some love to a comic book creator who's just killing it, dude. These all came out on March 26th on the same day, so it was just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So yeah, dude. Actually. No, yeah. I think Ultimate Wolverine did come out on March 26th, if I do remember. But yeah, man, I don't know. Do you got any other shout-outs, or you want to get back into the top 10? I'll leave it to you if you got any more, because...
I know I got one more. Just because I don't think people are reading it. But it came out in February, though. So
okay.
It's the book called Jump Scare. It is by Cullen Bunn, I'm pretty sure. Cullen Bunn.
Yep.
So,
Horror Master, yep.
Horror Master, yeah. The premise is so sick, though. So I'm blanking on her name, but she does have a family, and her family she actually has a really well-rounded family. They're a good family. They go to church, and they have also another daughter who's well accomplished and established. She's in clubs, she's in this, she's in that. But the main character is different. She's in the horror movies. This is stuff that she's very different from her. I think it's like her sister it's her sister actually. She's much different. One day she's down an alley, she gets barraged by these group of thugs, and this entity approaches her and ends up she ends up getting like a sort of cool power. Her power is that she can manifest any weapon from any scary movie. It's crazy. It's so
okay. I remember hearing about this one. Okay, yeah.
Sick, so sick. Issue 1 was great, in fact. So I know many people probably aren't reading that because it is by Dark Horse.
Dark Horse, gotcha.
By Dark Horse, but yeah, Jump Scare. I got to give a shout out to that because that issue 1 had me like, oh man, I'm loving this premise. I think it's great.
So is that one? It sounds like maybe that one's gonna be like bi-monthly or something, or maybe
I think they just miss.
Okay, gotcha.
Because it's on for April. I forgot.
Okay.
I think it's April 16th. It might come out or something like that. But yeah.
Listen, man, if you guys are looking forward to Jump Scare number 2 thoughts, maybe Kyle will be talking about it for the April top 10 of the month, right? So right on, dude. Jump Scare, Cullen Bunn, Dark Horse Comics, man. Mm-hmm. With that being said, I think it's the top 10 time.
It is top 10 time.
I'll let you do the honors, bro. As the guest, I'll let you start it off with your top 10.
Alrighty, so top 10. I had to put this book on here because I'm loving it. It has to go to Batgirl.
Love it.
This is
nice.
Issue 5. This is obviously a book I wish I could put higher, but it was just that stacked them up. But the fact that it made it still says something. In this issue, we're dealing with a lot of self-conflict. We're dealing with a lot of baggage that Cass has, and we see Stephanie Brown in this, which is really cool, and she's like the catalyst for that.
That was an awesome moment. I loved it.
Really touching moments from these two, and it's just great, man. I love Cass and how she's aware that she is like her mother, but she just doesn't want to be like that. But it's also something she just can't escape from.
Right.
It's great, man. I love this run. It's one of my favorite DC books right now. I know the story is very simple, but I'm not mad at it because it's executed really well. It has great writing by Tate Brombo. I think Miwazawa is great for this book, so that's at my number 10.
So that Batgirl issue was one of my top 10, but it got bumped out at the last second in March 26th. Yeah, so yeah, it did get bumped, but I'm with you, dude. I'm loving the Miyazawa artwork. In that issue in particular, there's like the sequence where Batgirl is like sneaking around, like looking for her mom, right? That they kidnapped her or whatever. And you can kind of see her in like the corner of the panels, like in the very back or whatever. So it's made for a very fun reading experience, like trying to look in the panel, like where is the Batgirl in this panel? But I'm with you, dude. That moment in particular with the Stephanie Brown, that had me tearing up, dude. I'm not gonna lie. So
yeah.
Great moments, sister moments, great mother and daughter moments like you're mentioning with Shiva. So that's a great pick, dude. Definitely deserving in the top 10. I'm glad somebody had it on their list. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My top 10, dude, I had to go with Batman and Robin Year 1.
It's a great issue. I love that issue.
Mark Waid, Chris Samney, they have this. So Dick Grayson was kidnapped in the last issue. So in this one, Batman's trying to go after him and break him out. But Dick Grayson's he's he's kind of that guy, you know what I'm saying? So he breaks himself out. He doesn't really need Batman's help. And then you get this great moment where Batman's got that little sly smile on the side. He's like, oh, dude, Dick Grayson didn't need my help at all. He broke out himself. And so, yeah, and then they have a really great moment in the Batcave, you know, going back and forth. Like, I don't know if you're ready to take on the mission. Dick Grayson saying, nah, dude, like, they killed my parents. Like, I'm so ready for this. And yeah, really just loving this Batman and Robin series. They're really just nailing like that early Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson dynamic. And that Chris Samney artwork, dude, is just gorgeous. So that had to get my number 10.
Yeah, it's a great issue.
Best issue of this run so far. And yeah, I'm just loving it, dude. We need more. We need more of this. Once they're done with this, they need to do a year 2, bro. They need to do year 3. Like, but
I'm
yeah,
not mad at that. Yeah, I could be down with that because it is really good.
Just like Mark Waid and Chris Samney, they just need to work together till the end of time, man. Just nothing but Pete comes from that too. So yeah, that's got to be my number 10. Batman and Robin, year 1, issue number 6. Which I think it's going for 12 issues or something like that, but
I believe so.
Yeah, great. That's my number 10, dude. Nice solid spot. Beautiful stuff. Batman and Robin number 6.
And coming in at my number 9, we are going with The Power of Fantasy, issue 7.
Nice.
Another book, of course, I would love to bring higher, but man, this issue, in my opinion, I think this was better than last issue slightly. Last issue was still great though. I mean, The Power of Fantasy has yet to miss. But in this issue, man, we're tackling with Valentina. Valentina is like the main focal point in this issue, as we see her relationship with Ecstasy, who is another superpowered individual. But we also see her go to Manchester in 1999, where she goes and confesses her sins to Eliza Hellbound. And that stuff is also just crazy interesting. But to see the fallout of Valentina and Ecstasy and what that has done for the world, and how she almost teared apart reality because of her falling out, which is insane. But man, when Valentina confessed her sins to Eliza, and Eliza at the end where she goes, my greatest sin is saving the world, and it just ends. Like, I was just like, man, I need more. I know he's gonna give it to us next issue, but this book, man, it's just so good. And don't even get me started on Casper Wingard's art, because what is this, bro? You see this?
Okay, I'm glad you brought up that specific page, because I was staring at that spread for like 10 minutes straight.
It's so good. So good. Kieran Gillen, Casper Wingard. If you aren't picking up The Power of Fantasy, it's easily one of the best Image books out right now. Easy. I'm 100%. Talking probably top 5, honestly.
100%. I think it might be like my favorite ongoing right now out of Image. I think you're right, because my number 9, not to keep you guys waiting, my number 9 is also The Power of Fantasy. Listen, dude, that says something if it's, you know what I'm saying, like both number 9. I think I agree with you. I think I agree with you that this one was a little bit better than last issue. I mean, it's tough to say that, but the second Summer of Love, you mentioned all that stuff with Ecstasy. I think Ecstasy is just like a fascinating character. All the stuff with Eliza, I think we're gonna get more Eliza stuff next. But like, come on, dude.
Yeah, it's sick.
Like, my God,
so good. It's so good.
Like when she goes nutso, dude, and yeah. So I really am just enjoying The Power of Fantasy. I mean, Kai said it all. I don't want to sit here and just reiterate it all day, but it definitely is one of the best Image comic series, and this one in particular just blew me away. I mean, just one of the most beautiful looking books on stands for sure. And there's such an interesting world, man. I love all these little tidbits in the past, and you said it perfectly, dude. At the very end of what you had to say, you just want more. You know what I'm saying? That's like the hallmark of a great series. Like some of these series, it's like, oh, I can wait till next issue, but The Power of Fantasy, as soon as you flip to that last page, you're like, dude, I need the next issue immediately.
Absolutely.
Definitely recommend The Power of Fantasy. If you're out there and you haven't checked it out yet, trade number 1 is out, and you're lucky. Dude. You get to binge just like, was it 6 issues or 5? I can't remember.
I believe it's 6. Yeah,
dude. 6. So I mean, you're eating good if you check out that trade. So yeah, Power Fantasy number 9 from both me and Kai, dude. So right on, dude. Power Fantasy.
Dope. All right, now coming in at my number 8, an indie series people should be talking about more because it's one of the best ongoing Image books. Has to go to The Sacrificers. Rick Remender, kills it on his books. Now, I believe when this book came out, I said how this was the last issue of the series. That is completely wrong, guys. This will be coming back for another arc. So I'm hyped because the way they left us on this issue, they got to come back for this. They got to come back. But Sacrificers, man, we get the sun god who is looking for his daughter Luna, and he can't find her. Right now, he can't find her. Nobody has been able to find her. Nobody has been successful at it. So he goes on a rampage where he starts melting everything around him. Like the sun, like he's going nuts. He's obliterating towns and people. It's wild. But the ending is really what got me, man. That ending is so insane, where we have the pigeon in this guy pulls up at the end of this issue, and that's where they left us off. It's wild, man. It's so wild. Sacrificers, you have to be picking this book up. It is a book, like I said, not many people I don't think are reading or like recommending it, but Rick Remender, he's one of my favorite indie writers just in general. I love his body of work.
So I'm glad you're giving love to Sacrificers. So that's a series that I'm reading in trades, and I don't think I read I can't remember where I'm at with the series, but I really enjoyed like that first arc. I really enjoyed the world that Rick Remender was building there, and then the art. I was really blown away with the art. That was the first time I saw was it Max like Fiamara or something like that?
Yep.
Yeah, just beautiful stuff. So that's a series I got to get back to, because I know that you in particular have been really giving it some love on your top 10s every week and stuff like that. So Sacrifices, I got to get back to it. But yeah, definitely Rick Remender.
It's great
You're
stuff.
just killing it, dude. I know you're a huge fan. Like you got you get Sacrificers obviously, but then what's that series he's doing with Bengal?
Napalm.
Lullaby. Yeah,
Napalm
you and me.
Lullaby.
I mean, I feel like we're like the only people who have been singing the praises of Napalm Lullaby. That series has been great too. But yeah, man, solid number 8 with the Sacrificers. Which issue number was that, by the way?
15.
15. Okay, yeah, dude.
Yeah,
So I
issue
must
15.
be on like issue number 8 or something. So I got a ton to catch up on with the Sacrificers there. Speaking of Image Comics, my number 8. Gotta give it to You'll Do Bad Things, dude. Issue number 1, new series starting up. I mean, we mentioned Rosenberg. Yeah, dude. Oh my gosh. So this is all about this horror writer, or I guess like a crime writer. Every time he writes a story, it just ends up being like a sad ending. He can never make these endings happy for these people. But also every time he writes a story, it tends to come true. So he writes about someone getting murdered by this dude on the cover. It happens in real life, right? So it'll be interesting to see kind of what happens from that. I'm not too sure, I guess, what to expect. I don't even know how many issues are going to be in this series, you know what I'm saying? But I picked it up because you got Boss, huge fan of Tyler Boss's work. And then the artwork really took me by surprise. I didn't know too much what to expect, but I kind of liked how maybe abstract or kind of wispy it is sometimes, but then the colors are just beautiful. So yeah, we just get this writer who every time he writes a story, it ends up in someone's death. So we'll see what happens there. I think this is I forgot the exact term, but it's kind of like a genre of Italian like slasher movies, and I guess that's kind of like the inspiration for this. So it's like Giallo or something like that. But yeah, man, You'll Do Bad Things, issue number 1. I think it's a great start for this Image comic series, dude. So yeah, that's got to be my number 8 for sure. I think that came out March 26th, so that was the last minute entry there in the top 10. So
yeah,
You'll Do Bad Things, man.
It's a great pick. Alrighty, coming in at number 7. We're going with the Ultimates. This is issue 10. Man, I mean, what can I say that's hasn't been already said about the Ultimates run? This is, I would say, arguably the best Ultimate title. Arguably, because I'm a big Spider-Man fan, so I'm always going to put Spider-Man number 1. But Ultimates, it's amazing. So well, one thing I will say, I loved how Human Torch was narrating this issue. Him thinking about like the old days and him fighting Nazis and all that. It's very dope, man. And then like you get these big action explosive sequences that we're also getting as well. But that reveal at the end where we find out Red Skull was Bucky Barnes. Are you serious?
It's so good, dude. It's so good.
Sick, man. Denise Kemp has yet to. He just, I don't know what he does, how he does it. He just does it every time. He has you on the edge of your seat, waiting for the next big thing. It's just, it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, that was a great issue there. You mentioned the Human Torch kind of reminiscent. Yeah, I mean, just look at that, dude.
Look at the art.
Just beautiful stuff, man. Great use of team powers too, like in the action sequences. I will mention, but yeah, that beginning part where Human Torch is just reminiscing on the old days, and he says something about like the memory of killing Hitler or whatever. He's never gonna delete that memory. Like that's the memory he always goes back to. He loves that one. That's a favorite memory. So. I just love it, man. I love what Dennis Camp's doing with the Ultimate Series, and I think you said arguably. I think for me, after this issue 10, it kind of like solidified. It's like, all right, you gotta quit messing around, dude. Like, if you say every issue of the Ultimates is a 5 out of 5, at what point is it your favorite Marvel series? You know what I'm saying? Like, at what point does it kind of, Ultimate Spider-Man goes down a little bit and Ultimates go up? I think Ultimates 10 was kind of that crossing point for me. So yeah, dude, solid number 7. I don't even know where the series is gonna go now, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was such a crazy reveal at the end.
It was a crazy reveal.
So yeah, dude, solid number 7. My number 7. You're talking about the Ultimates. Let's jump over to the Absolutes. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So we got
Absolute
Superman, issue number 5, the final fate of Krypton. What a tragic story, dude.
Very
I don't
tragic.
know why in my head I thought for some reason that the L's would make it to Earth, or maybe like just his mom or something, right? But I mean, it doesn't look like anybody made it out besides him there at the end.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I'm just loving this. This series is really taking me not by surprise, because I knew Jason Aaron he's got the juice, he's gonna be coming in with the heat, but right. I'm just really loving kind of this corner of the Ultimate Universe. Interested to see kind of what it means, like him going to the farm at the very end. Like he's going to Smallville. I guess I don't know what that could mean.
Right.
But yeah, man, just because of how tragic this issue was, you get great moments with young Cal. He's like going berserker rage mode. So we know this Superman, I mean, he can kind of get a little nasty if he needs to be.
Yeah.
So I'm just liking this ultimate or the Absolute Superman title, man. I didn't know this one, it got bumped out of my top 10, but then I was thinking on it and I'm like, no, dude, I think it's got to be in my top 10. So I had to find some room for it, man. So
yeah,
Ultimate Superman at number 5. I don't know if it's my favorite Ultimate title. I got to think about that. At some point on the channel, I'm gonna do like a tier list. Maybe after Absolute Green Lantern comes out, do a little tier list, see what's going on with that. But that's my number 7, dude. It's got to be Absolute Superman.
Superman, great pick. Alrighty, Command number 6, right outside my top 5. We're going with New Gods, Ron V, Evan Cagle.
It had to be on your list. I was waiting for it.
Had to be on the list. Had to be on the list. And I was a very big fan of the last issue, but this issue I think is actually better. What can I say, man? We got a new character who was an archer. Shadowfall, I believe her name is.
Okay, so she was new. I didn't know that, because I'm not like a New Gods guy. I didn't know if she was a new character truly, or if she was,
Yeah, but she is so sick. This Evan Cagle art. Come on, man. This is absurd. This is insane.
It's just so epic. Like when she's pulling back the light bow and like shooting down like spaceships out of the sky, dude.
Yeah, she's so good. So we meet Shadowfall, then we go back into the present. The present is with Mr. Miracle and Big Barda, and they are trying to keep the new god child, alive, because Orion is coming to pick up the child. And Orion looks sick in this as well. But my favorite moment in this, besides Shadowfall's like decimating everybody, it had to be when Big Barda punched Orion right in his face, and she's like, "You do too much talking, man. Like just like, let's go. Like let's go." She is all for it, bro. I love Big Barda so much. I really do. Like this moment is she just straight up punched him right in his face, man. It was so good. So yeah, this was a great issue, because I was definitely like, we have to get back to the present stuff. I know he gave us the cosmetic world building in last issue, which I still thought was fascinating. And I thought it was fascinating to have Riccardo Federici on that as well, because his art just elevated the
Right.
cosmology. It was so good. But I was glad we get to see what was going on in the present, and we got a nice big showdown, man. It's going down, and then like the child like awakens at the end with his power
Right.
and all that. So yeah, this was amazing. This was an amazing issue.
So listen, you said it's your number 6, right? It's
Yeah.
also my number 6, dude.
Oh, that's twice.
So
twice
we did
now.
that again. I wonder if that'll happen with the rest of this episode. But I mean, just sharing the same brain cell, man. I mean, me and Kai here. Listen, New Gods. This was awesome, dude. This was so
Yeah.
sick. Remember I said last month I was like, issue number 3 I wasn't like the hottest on, but issue number 4 is probably gonna make my top 10. And dude, Rom V did not disappoint. You mentioned the part where Big Barda just slams Orion, and then she says, I wanted to quote it. Let me find the exact quote. She says like, less talking, hun, more fighting. Like, dude, the one thing I will say is I kind of wish we got a little bit more fighting between Big Barda and Orion.
That's
I wonder
fair.
if that'll be next issue, if they'll be going at it a little more. Because to your point, that's my only thing with the I'm so interested in the stuff with the new kid and the Orion and the Mr. Miracle of it all, the Big Barda. Like, I want that story to kind of go a little bit
Keep going.
faster, I guess.
I agree.
Because we're only getting like, a couple pages here and there. But just overall, man, I mean, you said it, Evan Cagle with the art, the shadow fall, just epic stuff, dude. No one could have done this besides Ron V and Evan Cagle. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Does that make sense? You get it.
I get it.
But
Yeah, I get it.
it's just epic stuff. Because I know that you're a huge fan of, because you read like Dawn Runner and that sort of thing, right?
I read
believe?
Dawn Runner, which was 5
So-
issues of greatness.
Oh my
That
gosh.
was-
So like when it got announced that they're doing the New Gods, I'm like, that's just a match made in heaven, dude. So really loving this New Gods this series. My first ever New Gods series, man. I'm loving it. So that's got a solid spot. Me and Kai's number 6.
Yeah.
Solid spot. Dude.
Solid. All right, we're in the top 5 now.
Top 5.
Top 5. At number 5, Absolute Batman.
Nice.
Issue 6. This was badass. I mean, it's Batman, and he I love how he goes for help in this issue too, because when we talk about mainline 616 Batman, he's all like, I gotta do this alone, I gotta do this, but Batman actually relies on his community, he relies on his people in this a little bit. So I was really digging that. But the fight between him and Black Mask, brutal stuff. We also get like this homage panel of like Dark Knight Returns,
Yep.
which I think is so sick. But man, that Black Mask fight, that was brutal. And then like you get a comedic stunt where like Batman kicks a kid out in the water, but he gives them a life jacket, so it's like, okay,
Right.
like, you'll be all right, you'll be safe. But he just kicks him. But man, he takes like a bowling ball to Black Mask and just like almost him with it. But that's not even the best moment. This moment here, I still can't believe he did this, where he got his bat things and he just shoves it in his eyes, bro. It's everything you want in the Batman book, man. There's definitely substance here. A monologue that Martha was giving Bruce, and
Right.
how it was phenomenal. I mean, I could just read it right here. But it starts with the picture or whatever, and she's like, Bruce, before you go to sleep, I want you to know I'm proud of you. What you went through, and you had every right to say to hell with it. Live angry or afraid, but that's not who you are. The way you go back out there with your friends, what you said to Jim at the funeral, because the other thing you can do when bad things happen is use the pain to be even more determined and more hopeful. You wear the pain like a damn cape, and you work every day to stop those bad things from ever happening again. That's how you win against the nightmares. How you will win against it all, always. And I just thought that was
You just gave me goosebumps.
I thought
dude.
it was great. I thought that was amazing. Scott Snyder, Nick Dragata,
Getting
killing it, man.
goosebumps, guys.
they're killing it, man. Now, granted, even though I do think this is the 3rd best Absolute title, I do think this title is getting better.
Gotcha. Yep.
I think the substance it's getting up there, because I think it was just the cool factor for Absolute Batman when it first started,
Right.
but we're really getting into the meat and potatoes of this series. It's cooking. It's cooking.
100% agree, dude. That was a great issue. Didn't quite make my top 10. A little bit of spoiler alert. You guys won't be seeing it in my top 10, but I'm with you, dude. I think for me, it was kind of weird because like in the last issue, he was like so hurt or whatever. Like he got his ass kicked.
Got his ass kicked,
So
which
then-
I loved.
Which I loved, right? So coming into this one, I guess making that jump of like, he's okay now. and he's taking it to Black Mask. I guess that like was a little bit too. I didn't know like how much time had passed. It was kind of weird for me a little bit. But other than that, dude, I think the fight with Black Mask, like you mentioned, was great. Kicking the kid off the boat. I mean, that's just such an iconic, like, memeable moment. Like, those two panels are just so perfect.
Yeah.
You mentioned that great Martha moment. I mean, just the fact that he has Martha in his life still to kind of keep him grounded. I mean, it kind of softens him up a little bit, even though he is like this hardened badass, right? Just like really interesting kind of twist to the classic Batman story that you know. I'm glad that you gave it a shout out, dude, because it didn't make my list, but I definitely wanted to shine a spotlight on it because I think I'm with you in the fact that I did like it better than last issue. And I think the series in general is trending upwards. And did you see that like picture of that giant Bane dude that's coming, and like the Mr. Freeze and all this stuff, dude?
Mr. Freeze looks great. I think he looks great.
Like tall and long and spindly, and he's like the inspired by frostbite, like what your hands look like if you get frostbite, like they get all black and kind of like crazy kind of so
he looks like a skinwalker.
Yeah, exactly.
From Until Dawn, like those things. That's what he looks like to me.
100%, dude. So I'm excited to see where this Absolute Batman title is going. And yeah, what Nick Dragotta and Scott Snyder are doing is just phenomenal stuff, dude. Because I didn't know, going into it, it's like, okay, he looks cool and like the setup and all that stuff, but you don't know how the Batman series is gonna go, and they're just knocking it out of the park, in my opinion. So, strong number 5, dude. Getting into my top 5, staying in the Absolute kind of realm of things. I'm gonna give it to Absolute Flash, dude. This might be a surprise for some. It sounds like online, maybe people are saying like this is maybe the weakest issue number 1 of the Absolute so far, and that sort of thing. For me, dude, this hit so hard. Written by Jeff Lemire. I'm a huge fan of Jeff Lemire. I think what hit so hard for me was all this bit about Wally talking about how he's a military kid. He moved around a lot. He was never able to find those friends or whatever. I'm a military kid too. I'm an Air Force kid. So that stuff like really hit for me. I feel so much for this Wally, and I just really like this characterization. He's got a dad that's a hard ass. He lost his mom. So I don't know, man. Just a lot of stuff's working for me in this one.
Gotcha.
The worst thing about this so far is honestly maybe his costume. And we haven't seen it in this, it wasn't in issue number 1, but just for one they've released so far. That's the only thing about this series that I'm not like the biggest fan of so far. We'll have to see how it plays out like actually in the series, but this sequence with, Barry's trying to help him out, Barry's telling him to run, and it seems like we get some like time jumpy stuff too. I don't know if you got that vibe, like it kind of is written or it kind of presented as if it's like a flashback, but I got the sense that it's maybe like a time travel-y sort of thing, because he's like running, and then in the next panel he's like jolts back, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if that's kind of what Jeff Lemire is going for, but maybe it's some like introduction to the larger kind of Speed Force and that sort of thing. I'm just excited to where this is going. I think it's for me, it just hit real hard. And if it's other people are saying it's not their favorite Absolute, for me, dude, you know what I'm saying, it just hit harder than all the other Absolutes for sure. So yeah, dude, Nick Robles, Adriano Lucas, and Jeff Lemire. What a team there for Absolute Flash. Looking forward to that one. I think maybe not my favorite is just issue number 1, right? But it's the one I'm most anticipating, like the next issue, just to see where it's going. So that's where I'm going with my issue number 5, dude. It's got to be Absolute Flash.
Yeah, really good issue. I mean, I'm not as high on it as everybody else is,
right?
But I do think it is a really good issue. It's a really good setup from Jeff Lemire. At the end of the day, it's Jeff Lemire. He's gonna cook for sure. I'm not ever doubting that. I think it's a really good first issue though. How they set up the world and all that. I think it's good.
The villains too, it's the Captain Cold and right.
Yeah. So yeah, it set up some really interesting things I think for the future, and who knows, it might change my mind later on. So we'll see. But now we're at number 4.
Number 4, dude.
Number 4. All right, here we go. Assorted Crisis Events.
Nailed it.
Issue
Nice.
1 by Denise Camp. The premise is just wild. Time is literally having a crisis. So you have this young woman out in the world, and there's a lot of things going on when she steps outside. You have people making movies, but then you have like actual like crimes that are happening or just catastrophic things that are going on. It's pretty much one big like film set. There was like that panel where there was like a crack on the ground, but like she dropped and like she didn't drop. Like it
Right.
like it's everything is like staged, but you have like these over the top moments where like dude had like a baby come out of him or whatever.
Right.
Like it's bizarre, but the concept is so interesting and I guess you could say kind of hard to grasp. But this issue though, I think was phenomenal. This is one of the best first issues I think I've read this year so far. Denise Camp killed it. The art is also just amazing too. I really am a big fan of the art. I'm not sure who the artist is. Somebody might have to let me know because I forgot.
It's like,
but
Zawadsky or something like that.
Yeah, it is Zawadsky. I don't know the first name, but yeah, Zawadsky is the last name.
Like, I think it's Eric Zawadsky, I believe.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, this is just great stuff. So yeah, if you haven't checked out Assorted Crisis Events, I would highly suggest it because it's a crazy concept, but also, and it's an anthology for people who don't know.
Right.
It's not going to follow the same characters, which is going to be interesting. It's going to be really interesting to see that.
Nah, dude, that's a great pick. So yeah, it's like Crisis. The way it was described to me, it was like it's Crisis on Infinite Earths as if it happened to everyday regular people.
Right.
So yeah, just all these timelines and like universes like colliding into each other. Totally, just wacky stuff. I really did enjoy it. No spoilers here. Maybe it's a little higher on the list. You know what I'm saying? But another one from Dennis Camp, man. Dennis Camp is just killing it, dude.
He's killing it, man. He's killing it.
And you mentioned the fact that it's an anthology too. That I just love anthologies. They're so
Me too.
So easy to recommend, so easy to get into. And I know you're big on anthologies too. I think you and I both share the love for anthologies. So that's a solid number 4. Like you're saying, it's kind of hard to describe like what happens in the issue. I mean, it really is just like this girl trying to like do her thing, live her life, but all this crazy stuff keeps happening to her. Lot of great one-liners too, like that bit of like, you know, there's all these Nazis outside, but you still got to go to work. You know what I'm saying? So it's like what we're living with nowadays, right? But yeah, man. Assorted Crisis Events. That's a solid number 4. My number 4, dude. I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen any of your videos. Maybe I missed it. Did you pick up Free for All?
I did. That's
dude,
it's such a dope premise. That premise is insane.
Dude. Yeah, so for those that don't know, this is a little one-shot from Patrick Horvath, which is the guy who did Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, a big hit out of IDW horror series. But this is it's a one-shot out of Oni Press, so you can just buy this and this alone. You get the complete full story. But it's all about in the future, like everything for normal everyday citizens is paid for by billionaires and millionaires battling to the death. So if you're a millionaire, it's like, okay, cool, you can be a billionaire if you want, but you're going to go in a lottery, and every year, whatever, we're going to draw from the lottery, and if you're chosen, you got to battle for the death on TV for the rest of the general populace to watch and cheer for, whatever. And if you lose that battle, then all your money gets like donated to the world finance, whatever. So now everybody gets to eat food and have their healthcare paid for and all that stuff. So really interesting concept here from Patrick Horvath. But the whole twist of it is it turns into these ex-wife and this ex-husband who like hate each other, and they're going to the battle in the Coliseum, gladiator combat or whatever. So that's kind of like the twist, is just this, you know, these ex-lovers that are battling to the death. But just excellent stuff, man, from Patrick Horvath. I love his art style. This is kind of the first time I'm seeing it where it's not, you know, it's not like animals and that sort of thing. Like it's people, but just excellent action here too. I loved it, man. I think everybody should pick it up. I don't know, like that. There's that scene where he gets that big mallet, like the Warhammer, and he slams it on that guy's arm, and his arm becomes flat. I was like, dude, okay, so yeah, man. Free for All, Patrick Horvath at Oni Press. Just a crazy, interesting world and concept, and it's a great little one shot. You guys see how thick it is? I mean, it's like a extra size.
Pretty thick, yeah.
Yeah, dude. So that's gotta be my number 4, dude. Free for All.
Great, number 4.
Which I guess he did it. I don't know. He like did it back during COVID or something like that. So he's been sitting on it for a while. Just decided to release it, I guess. So Free for All.
All right. Top 3.
Speaking of, here we go.
We got Absolute Superman coming in at number 3. I loved this issue. I personally think, I mean, you pretty much tackled a good deal of it, so I'm not gonna go too crazy. But I think what fascinated me the most was just the twist on the origin story for Superman. I think this is more interesting and compelling than the original. I don't know if that's a hot take
Agreed.
for any people, but it's way more interesting seeing its Krypton and how it falls apart. Then obviously them having their own agenda, them knowing that this Krypton was going to collapse or it was going to die at some point, and then it's not saying anything. So it was a lot going on. But this was just a great issue. I don't have to expand too much on it. But there is a panel that I would like to share because the panel was so sick to me. The panel with his
100%,
cape,
dude.
his cape is just hovering like that. It's dramatic,
Uh,
but it works. I kind of wish they made this like a spread page, to be honest. But still, that's sick.
100%.
That's so sick. I love this issue. I loved everything about it, and the emotional weight of it as well. And then of course Superman holding back, and he wanted to anger to get the best of him, but he decided not to. I thought that was great.
Right.
We all know Superman, he is very hopeful as a character, and I'm glad he was able to make that decision for him. Because in the beginning, I believe I was like, I wanted him to make his own decisions because it felt like the AI that's in him was making no decisions for him early on. Like it's like he didn't have a voice for himself. So that's what I love that they established in this
I
issue.
got you.
So yeah, I thought that was great.
No, yeah, no, 100%, dude. I think you're mentioning like all the, like all the other absolute titles. They have like really interesting and smart changes. But I think I'm with you. I don't know if this is kind of what you're saying, but what I got from what you were saying is the changes in Absolute Superman, in my opinion, are more interesting than all the other changes for the Absolute titles. Like,
Yeah.
the changes to his costume, he's got the AI, his cape being like made out of particles instead of like fabric.
Yeah.
But then
It's like the
going
dust
into
of
his
Krypton.
origin, yeah, like the dust of Krypton or whatever.
It's
and then,
sick.
all that stuff with his parents, the fact that he was able to grow up with his actual parents also on a farm, right? I think that's a really smart change too.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, we could spend like, all day talking about Absolute Superman, but it really just is like one of those series, dude. Like I think looking back on it, people will be like, oh, this is like an all-time banger, like Superman series in general, not just
Absolutely.
like, oh, it's cool for Absolute or it's cool for DC. I think people are gonna be like, yo, this is like an all-timer Superman series.
Yeah, I think so.
We'll have to see where it expands. I think we're gonna get more stuff with Lois, more stuff with Jimmy. So we'll have to see, that kind of cast of characters get kind of fleshed out a little more too. But yeah, man, great pick for number 3, Absolute Superman. I think this was the end of the first arc, if I'm not mistaken. Like starts the second arc.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe that is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right on, dude. Yeah, Jason Aaron, dude, just killing it. All right, you've seen this one before. And we're doing that again. We're jumping from the Absolute back over to the Ultimates, dude. So Kai was mentioning this one. Ultimates number 10, dude. This one had to be in my top 3. There's no way it was gonna miss my top 3. I mean, you mentioned it. You spoke a lot of good things about it. The only thing I'm gonna add is just the tragic nature of this Namor, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, that too.
Are we gonna see? I mean, he's dead, right? Like, there's no way Namor is gonna be in the series again.
Dead,
I mean,
yeah. But who knows? Maybe something will happen. I don't know.
Got him hung up on display, dude. It's pretty brutal.
Like a trophy.
But yeah, man, 100%, dude. Like a trophy, the Red Skull. I mean, just an evil, and then that twist. You just find out that, oh, this is this universe's Bucky.
Right.
So yeah, just crazy stuff. I guess the other thing I'll say, man, is just you gotta shout out to Juan Frigeri on the art, because
Juan Frigeri.
It's just like I'm flipping through and like all the different fire effects from the Human Torch, like all the different fighting scenes, just really, really solid stuff, dude. So yeah, this Ultimates title, and like I was saying earlier, this kind of like set in stone. Like, all right, I think this is my favorite Ultimates title. So yeah, Ultimates number 10. Just a standout series, man. Where it's gonna go, I have no idea, but you know that we're gonna be pulling it, guys. So, and
absolutely,
probably gonna talk about issue number 11 is probably gonna make one of our lists next month. So
yeah, I'm pretty
that's
sure.
how it goes here.
I'm pretty sure it'll be
here. Man, that's got to be my number 3. Yep.
Coming in at number 2, we have
number 2.
A book that this issue was phenomenal for me. Hyde Street issue 4.
Okay.
High Street issue 4, Ghost Machine universe. Where to even begin with this issue? We follow a struggling actor, I'm blanking on his name, but he needed money and they gave him a role. It was a monster role, and in that role he actually becomes like this monster. I think they call him the Mantini monster or something like that. But the way how he transforms into that is it's the crazy part. So he has anger issues. There was a stand-in who came in, but he thought that stand-in was a person to take over his role because he felt like the company or the industry was just doing him dirty. They felt like, oh, he might get replaced. And there's a freak accident that happened. Like one of the lights things falls on the stand-in guy and it just crushes his face. He dies. It's wild. So then the guy slept on High Street. He slept on a bench on High Street. And then was recruited. So once he was recruited, this is where like the emotional stuff just starts coming in. He gets recruited, then there's a guy in charge and he's letting him know like, oh, you gotta reach 100,000 souls. You gotta collect these souls to get free. And the guy's like, no, I don't want to do that. I'm not a monster. I know I look like one, but I'm not a monster. He like, this dude tortures him, puts nails in his body, hammers him all through his eyes, and it's crazy. It's insane. It's so insane. And then he just ends up becoming this monster to collect souls. But it's very emotional because this was the life he wanted. This was the life he asked for. But he's into that, and then you get panels like this where, like I said, it's nails literally on in his face, like it's gushing out blood. That's brutal. Gnarly. It's very, very brutal. But so we get the origin of get his origin, and we see what he went through, and it's brutal, so brutal. I wasn't expecting this out of High Street or Ghost Machine universe for them to pull out our heartstrings like that. I'm thinking this is gonna be just spooky stuff. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be great. But for them to focus on one character and give us his origin, it's very sad stuff, man. It's great. It's phenomenal. This coming down my number 2.
No, dude, I think that's a great pick. So for me, Hyde Street, it was that issue number 3 or
3 was when this figure got introduced. They introduced him at the end of issue 3.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay, so I think I'm on Hyde Street number 2 or something like that. I'm reading it through with my library. I'm really into like the concept of like this, almost like a race to get as many souls as possible or whatever. And I think it's a standout of Ghost Machine. I gotta pick it up in trades. Like once that first trade comes out, I'm gonna be all over it. Because as you're flipping through and showing the art in every Ghost Machine title, like for the most part, but in Hyde Street specifically, they're doing stuff in the art that they're not doing in all the other Ghost Machine titles.
Yeah.
Really, really unique kind of stuff there. So I think it's a great shout out, and it's not one that people are talking about. Like I don't hear people talking about Hyde Street in terms of all the Ghost Machine stuff. Like everybody's talking about Geiger. People are talking about Rook Exodus, but more love's got to be on Hyde Street. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
that's a good shout, dude. I'm gonna catch up too because I know you've been singing its praises. So I got to catch up on Hyde Street for sure. And you'd recommend it, like what's kind of like the age range that you would recommend that for? Is it like not for younger audiences? Because that's always the thing with horror series. Like, okay, because like the first issue I was kind of getting 16 and up, because I was kind of getting the vibe that maybe it was like the first issue I was like, oh, is this kind of like horror for kids, sort of like a Goosebumps sort of thing. But from what you were showing there, I mean, that was like I wouldn't want any of my kids to be reading that, you know what I'm saying? Pretty gruesome stuff there. All right, dude, so cool. Hyde Street. My number 2, we're going with Absolute Martian Manhunter, dude. Another Dennis Camp. Just an insane month for Dennis Camp here, but Absolute Martian Manhunter, number 1. Probably, I mean, in terms of like absolute titles, dude, this is probably my favorite issue number 1. Just knocked it absolutely out of the park. You got Javier Rodriguez on the art. Just some of the most like mind-bending, like, what am I looking at, dude? What are you talking about?
He's perfect for this title. So perfect.
Oh my god,
it's so insane.
Because you read Zatanna Bring Down the House, right?
Yes, I did.
So like I knew we were gonna be getting some like trippy stuff. But yeah, man, I'm just like blown away with this title. So it's all about this dude who is a FBI agent. He's a workaholic. He doesn't really spend a lot of time with his family as much as he should. And he's a victim of an explosion. During that explosion, he gets his mind invaded by a Martian, or like an alien demon thing, and it kind of uses Martian as an easy way to explain what it is to the guy, if that makes sense. So it seems like this series is going to be like a crime series, like they're going to be going after like killers and something, like terrorists or something like that. But just this insane artwork, dude. I am here for the ride. Javier Rodriguez on the coloring, the pencils. That's always impressive when someone can do the coloring and the pencils, and you get that, like, it's their vision all the way through, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then you get that last bit, not to spoil it here, but there's the last thing on the last page. It was so sick,
That's
dude.
to be the coolest thing I've seen in a comic book ever. Like, that is that's insane. That's so fire. Comics should do this more. Whoever's watching, take notes, okay?
Such a cool gimmick, dude.
That is the innovative stuff we would love to see in comic books, man. That's sick. That's so sick. I don't know who thought of that idea, but they need a raise or something. They need something.
It's such a, like, you have to have this physically. Like, this is just proof. Like, you can't read this digitally. You wouldn't get the same effect. There'd be no way, right? So and it shows to me that Dennis Camp, like, I don't know this for a fact, but to me it seemed like a Dennis idea, because that in Ultimates number 4, when he's telling 4 stories at the same time, like, that's also like a groundbreaking, like, narrative vehicle, right? So
that's insane.
To me, dude, it might just be Dennis. He might just have like these crazy ideas.
He might,
But yeah, just excellent number 1. Everybody needs to be reading this. Some people were like, it's confusing or whatever. I don't know if it's confusing. I mean,
I don't know if it's confusing.
He like gets the emotions from the people or whatever. I mean, it's not like, and he's going crazy and he's trying to understand and get in control of the powers. I mean, whatever, but just loving it, dude. Just loving it. So that's my number 2.
My speed.
Yep.
All right. So honorable mentions. I'm pretty sure that's what we're
honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions.
Got a couple of them.
I got 3. All right. We're gonna start with. This is the book. It's the book I also really wanted to put in my top 10, but man, it was just tough to leave it out. But we're going with Two-Face. This is issue 4.
Two-Face.
Christian Ward.
Nice.
Forgot who's on art, but it's Varys. This issue was great. This is actually the best issue of this series so far.
Agreed.
And it's crazy, man. I really wanted to include this because this book needs more love. I know this book is only going to be 6 issues. I think it was confirmed that that's not going to continue after 6,
right?
Which is a bummer because
it is a bummer.
Great, but yeah, man, I had to give this a shout out because this issue was phenomenal. Like it was really that good. The whole Harvey Dent and Two-Face debacle, and how Harvey is like a part of creating Two-Face, and then like their traumas, and they're like, it's so good, so good.
All that sad backstory with his dad and everything. Yep.
Yeah, it's so crazy. The next up, Transformers issue 18, Energon Universe. This was great.
I love that cover too. That's a nice cover.
Yeah, this new character, he's dope, man. He got like his own sword, and he's super dope. But we also get Megatron back. He is back. I cannot wait for that because I think that next arc is gonna be killer. Now that the big bad is back, so great stuff from Transformers, man. High octane action. Everything's like explosive, and Optimus doing his thing. Get new characters shining. So this is a great issue. And then lastly,
plus the wrestle move off the building, right? The wrestle move off the building was badass. Yep.
Yeah, bad tough. And then Absolute Wonder Woman issue 6.
Nice.
Yeah, this was great as well. I think the best thing about this was, I mean, it's just Wonder Woman showing her love and compassion for not just humanity, but even to the gods. She still shows that type of love to them. I think that's amazing. We could see like the birth of Pegasus. See her encounter another god who lured her down there, and then it's fire, man. I love the art too. Mateus Del Lewis, I thought he was great.
Sick,
He's so sick. If you guys don't know, this isn't the first time Mateus Del Lewis and Kelly Thompson did something. They had a book called The Cull which is from
Hold on.
Image and
You see on my You see on my
oh
ceiling?
yeah, I see the poster. Yeah, yeah.
Gotta get that
That's
poster,
sick.
dude. It's so
Yeah,
sick. Yep.
man, that is sick. Yeah, they did a book called The Call. I highly recommend that book because that book didn't just end like that. I think they're gonna come back to that because I remember reading the last issue and it had a question mark of like the end or to be continued. Like it's supposed to continue at some point. We don't know when. I hope soon though because I love that book. I really do.
Hopefully they get
what
back
did
to
on
it. I agree.
So, yeah, I believe those are my three. But if I had to give another honorable, it would be Batman and Robin issue 6 because I also love that as
Solid.
well.
Yep.
That was another amazing issue. DC is just killing it though. If it's one thing you're seeing from this top 10, DC is amazing. Image also. I had like 4 Image books in my top 10 for the month of March.
Yep.
Yeah, so got to get out there and look for books, man. Got to get out there.
No, 100%, dude. DC Image just killing it. Speaking of Absolute Wonder Woman, my runner-up had to be, dude. Had to be. You mentioned
had
it.
To be.
Day Lewis on the art. Another person who I believe they do the coloring as well as the pencils or whatever. Just so impressive, man. I was really loving this one. Yeah, just all the flashbacks, like she's helping the gods, like you're saying. You get the birth of Pegasus. Just the twist ending, you find out that maybe her mom is kind of caught up and stuff. She's battling that like giant basilisk, right? The last basilisk. Just epic stuff, man. So although it didn't make my top 10, I'm glad that we both gave it some love in a super strong month. But this one was a standout for sure.
Super strong month.
And then another, you mentioned this one earlier. We're taking everyone down with us. I love the kind of concept and the setup and the world that they have here. And yeah, I'm just excited to see where it goes. It was kind of giving me like Archer vibes. I don't know if you have seen that show, the animated show Archer.
I have seen Archer. Probably not fully, but I know I've seen it.
Gotcha. Like the other spy, not like her dad, but the other spy who's going after him, who's kind of like all about sex and drugs or whatever. Like it kind of gave me like Archer vibes, but just really loving this world, dude. I'm excited to see where it goes, like the robots and everything. And then my last shout out, dude. Had to give it some love. This one really surprised me.
I did pick that up. Yeah.
Except, and I wanted to give this one some love because going into it, it was my least anticipated Universal Monsters series.
Me too.
But this one, it really did surprise me. We get this girl who is just, she's kind of caught between like living the, she's half British, she's half Egyptian. Like which world am I from? Which one should I be from? And all that stuff. But then you get the rise of this new mummy. Not the new mummy, but you get the rise of the mummy. And it seemed like this girl inside of her is the spirit of that girl from like the original Mummy movie, I guess. So she's kind of like, there's two spirits in her body or whatever, and she's got to try to help the other spirit girl like get out or something like that before the mummy gets her. That's kind of like the vibe I'm getting, but just a really surprising issue number 1, man. So the Universal Monsters, recommend them all, but I think this mummy might surprise a lot of people.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's my those are my shout outs, dude. Nice 3 runner-ups there.
All right, the main event.
Number 1, dude. What everybody's been waiting for. I'm trying to think of what you haven't. Oh, there we go. Nice. Okay.
Absolute
nice.
Martian Manhunter.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Easily top 3 issue 1s of the year, and it's not 3. Javier Rodriguez, Denise Camp. This is the amazing creative team, man. So I mean, Cody pretty much covered it. The whole. He's an FBI agent. He's a workaholic. He has a family, and yeah, man, this Martian pretty much is like taking over his mind. It's kind of, I don't know what it is, but like, I have a theory that maybe this could like work in like a Severance type of way. Like, what if the Martian takes over his body, but then like he's not really conscious of what he's doing, and then he'll go back to his human form or whatever. But like, yeah, I think I have a theory that maybe it could work that way. Who knows? But the art it's just amazing. I don't know what else to. I don't know what to tell everybody, man, but Javier Rodriguez, he's one of the best to do it. You know what I'm saying? He's just him. I love it. And also another great thing I loved about this issue was how they're leaving like everything that's happening in this issue. They're kind of leaving it up into interpretation. Like we're not really getting like hardcore like what's going on. They're showing us but not telling us, and I love that. I love when media just does stuff like that, when they show us and don't tell us. That's why I'm like a big fan of like Avatar: The Last Airbender, how they was showing us who these characters are and not just telling you who they are and how they are and their motives, yada yada. Like you see that. So I think that's great, man. This panel is also sick where he's like inhaling the smoke.
So good, yeah.
And how like he is pretty much having access into people's memories, all this stuff that's going on, man. Like even reality is like kind of like decaying around him. There was a panel where he was like, I passed by my house like 3 times and I've been here for a year. Why don't I recognize my house sometimes? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, reality is literally falling apart for him. It's in shambles. But yeah, this book was amazing, man. This is so up my alley. It's weird, it's trippy, it's acid, it's a lot of things. And then of course we could talk about the last panel. Like we could talk about this last panel. I mean, it's just sick. Can it do it?
So
oh yeah,
good,
I think it does. Yeah, it does. Well, it does on my end, at least. I don't know. But it's sick though. It's ridiculously sick. I love this issue. This is so up my alley.
Hopefully people are seeing that because it. Nah, dude, 100%. The one thing I will add, I think one of the pieces of dialogue, like they called him like Martian, like Mind Hunter, or something like that.
Yeah, I think actually, yeah. Let me go back to that.
Which that show was pretty bad. That was a pretty badass show on Netflix.
Yeah, it was.
But to your point though, that's a good point. I don't know if the Martian's gonna like if he's gonna turn into the Martian at any point or like change his form or anything. I don't even know. Or if it's just gonna be like that split personality like you were mentioning. I'm not even sure. But yeah, dude, it's a great number 1. I was not like worried, right? Because I was like, oh, I think it's on Kai's list. But when you didn't mention it, I was like, shit, maybe he didn't like it, dude. I don't know. Right on, dude.
I loved it. This is I think my third. I think it's the third best issue 1 from Absolute. Yeah, it's
gotcha.
Yeah, I think third best because the other 2 above it is Absolute Wonder Woman and Absolute Batman. But yeah.
Wow, yeah. No, off of number 1 too, right? Like that's super impressive.
Yeah, I think it's in that realm. I mean, if somebody was to tell me they liked it more than Absolute Wonder Woman, I wouldn't be mad at it. I wouldn't be mad at it at all. I think it's in that category. Like they're all really close when it comes to issue 1s. I think those Absolute issue 1s, they're all close, man. They're all phenomenal. I think in my book.
Yeah, dude. Hold on. I hate to do this to you, Kai, but I gotta accidentally locked all the doors so my wife can't get in the house. So I gotta let her in real quick.
Let her in.
She asked me, "Is this an April Fool's joke?" I'm like, "No, I'm just stupid and locked you out. My bad." Alrighty, my number 1, the moment of truth. Speaking of Dennis Camp, we've got Assorted Crisis.
I figured it'd be your number 1.
Oh yeah, dude, right? You're probably doing the same game I was doing. Like, oh my god, he didn't mention it yet. But yeah, dude, so, you know, Kai already spoke about this book a lot. The only thing I'm going to say is that I don't know what's the next issue going to be? Like, I don't know what to expect from this series. I've never read anything like it. It was so...
Yeah, I agree.
Was so
I've also never read anything like it. It's super unique. It's super unique and different.
And to make us care for this protagonist all in one issue, and then you know, maybe we'll never see her again. I mean, that's just kind of crazy.
Exactly.
Like Dennis Camp that's like got crazy. Real talent too. Yeah,
because if it's anthology, we're talking different people, different characters, different worlds. Yeah, That's gonna be interesting.
The part that you mentioned here, like she's like, "Yo, I'm just gonna end it all, brother. I'm just gonna jump in this crack and just end it all," and then it turns out. Splat right on her face, dude.
Right, so, yeah, bro. So fire. I love that book, man.
And I'm realizing, like, I didn't say anything about this, but, like, I don't know what to say, dude. I mean, it's just, like, such a crazy reading experience.
Yeah.
Camp, Zawadzki, Belair, Otsman Alehu. I mean, just some of the best to do it right now. I gotta go back and see if see Zawadzki's other body of work, because I was really blown away by this art style. And yeah, I mean, I didn't even say like a full sentence about this. Like I didn't even say a complete thought, but that's my number 1, bro.
Yeah, that's a book that just itches a part of your brain, and you're like, yeah, this is gonna be one of those ones, man. Yeah, I just
have not, like, no, for real, like, yeah, 100%, dude. I have not stopped thinking about it. Like, such a crazy concept, man.
It's so crazy. Yeah,
they nailed it. I mean, this could fall apart so easily, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's how I felt about Manhunter. I'm like, man, I can't get this book out of my head. Like, what is going on? Why is he seeing all these different colors? Why is Why does
Right,
why do
right.
people have colors? Like, why there's some type of aura around these people? Like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, just going through
Such
town
a
and
cool
it's just the
visual
smoke.
way to show like his powers, right? Like all the smoke and
Yeah,
stuff.
it's so
But
good.
listen, this was my top 3, guys, and like it didn't
Man.
even. It just. It's all Dennis Camp, guys. It's all Dennis Camp. Is he the best
Yeah,
writer in the game?
his top three is literally Dennis Camp. Mine is definitely a variety. We got Jason Aaron, we got Jeff Johns here with Hyde Street, and then we got Denise Camp
There you
as
go.
number 1.
Yep.
So there, that said that. But yeah, Denise Camp, he had I think he also. How many books did I have for Denise Camp in here? Was it 2?
You had
No,
you had
3.
all.
No, it was 3.
I think you.
It was 3.
I think you had all 3, bro. Yeah.
All 3. Yeah, exactly. He did my top 10. Denise Camp.
So listen, dude.
He might just be the best doing it right now. He has 3 titles that are banging.
If you're taking a third of both of our lists, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
That's
kind of crazy, dude.
That's kind of crazy.
That's crazy.
I think we're gonna have to give this man his flowers, man. He's operating on a insane level, especially coming through as he's a new writer. I mean, Dennis Camp he's pretty. The first thing he did was in a sort of crisis book before, but yeah, he's on an Ultimates title. He's on an Absolute Martian Manhunter, and now he's doing a sort of crisis again. It's pretty big, man. He's Marvel, DC, and Image, which are the 3 big publishing companies right now. So yeah, he's the man. I think it's safe to declare it. He's the man right now.
Yeah, we're declaring it, dude. Me and Kai
Yeah.
right now. Dennis Camp's the man. I gotta go back and read. He has that other series called like 20th Century Men, 21st Century Men.
Yeah.
And I heard it's very similar to the Ultimates. So I'm excited about that. I got that coming in the mail at some point from In Stock Trades. But yeah, man,
I'm gonna have to check that out too.
That's our comic books of March. I don't know, dude. We're about an hour and 10 here. Went a little long, but I had a blast, man.
I had a blast again. Once again, our list, man. We even had some numbers that aligned perfectly, which wasn't done the first time. So yeah.
Yeah, it was number 9. We both had the Power Fantasy, and then number 6, we both had New Gods. So I don't know, dude. I don't know.
What am I thinking? Like, man, who knows? We got some great taste. Got some great taste, man.
Well, listen, dude. Kai, thank you for joining me for another top 10 list, dude. I always enjoy making these. These are like my favorite videos to make nowadays, dude. So I really appreciate you coming on. I'll throw it to you, dude. Any last words, and where can people find you?
TikTok is mostly where I'm at, but I know since it's gonna get banned, I do plan on making the YouTube, guys. YouTube is definitely gonna have to be the thing I'm gonna have to do, because I do love long form content, and I also just love to talk. I love the yap. So this is coming. You know, I'm a movie guy, TV show guy, anime. I pretty much do it all. So I will definitely let y'all know on the YouTube thing. I will probably announce that soon, because I do really want to do that. But yeah, TikTok, Instagram, you can definitely follow me on Instagram. I do have a Twitter, but I don't really use it like that, so I'm not going to give that up. But yeah, those are the things that check me out, man. I have a lot of videos on there. You can go ahead and check it. I recently did the top 10 of the week. Y'all can check that vid out. If y'all haven't seen it, then yeah, that's it. That's it from the boy KhiBucks, man. That's it.
Yeah, man. Definitely make sure to check out Kai's stuff. Like I was saying last time, guys, he has some of the best recommendations on the internet. I'm not even playing with you, not messing with you. But yeah, man, thanks to Kai for joining us, and thank you guys for listening. Look forward to April, dude. Top 10 in April. Thank you guys for watching, and read more comics.
Read more comics, yes sir.